Okay, I have been sharing a bunch of videos and like YouTube shorts and stuff about manifestation and creating your own reality. And I wanted to share an actual long form video about everything that I am fucking being mind blown about and learning. And I just need to share this, okay? It's about how we create our own reality. But I don't know, like there's a shift that happened within me that made me realize just like a deeper truth about manifestation, and it allowed me to manifest a lot quicker, a lot easier, and it's so fucking powerful that I just need to talk about this. And I feel like this is just something that I'm going to be talking about for a very long time, because this is literally existence. Okay, so like this isn't just about manifestation and like, oh, I want to manifest like a new car, I want to manifest a house, I want to manifest a soulmate, whatever. This is about like that we create our own reality, okay? Like whether or not you like it, whether or not you agree with this, whether or not you believe this is the truth of life. This is a fact that we create our own reality through the thoughts that we think, the things that we envision, the energy that we embody, the state of being that we're in. Okay, who we are is what creates our outer reality. This is just a universal truth, a universal law. This is also physics, okay? So I'm just gonna share a bunch of things, and hopefully it helps you in some way in shifting your perspective around manifestation so that you can actually believe that you can have these big like dreams that you have, okay? And even if they're not big dreams, just like anything that you desire, just so that you can have an easier time believing that you can actually have these things. Because I think a lot of times the reason that we can't manifest the things that we want is because we don't actually believe that we can have them. Like we don't get how this works, you know, we don't believe. And belief is like such a powerful force, okay? And that's like so important. So this is like what shifted my perspective on manifestation and what allowed me to finally believe that I can actually have the dreams that I want, which is what has, I think, been limiting me from actually manifesting my dream life. So the first truth and reality that helped me to shift this perspective is that, okay, where do I start? Okay, I'll start with the first one, which I think is the most important. It was the understanding through reading Conversations with God by Neale Donald Walsch. Okay, that is the book that I have been recently rereading. I read it for the first time 7 years ago, but I was reading book 3. And this book, you know, this is not a religious book. This is about universal truths about who God, the absolute, the all one consciousness actually is. And it's like Neale Donald Walsch has a conversation with God. And I say God because it's not like religious God. It's not Christianity. It's the one source, okay? The source of all that is. So Neale Donald Walsch is having a conversation with God, and he's basically channeling God. And he's written like dozens of books, okay, from this conversation that he had with God. And it's fucking mind-blowing. And everything the book says is also being proven by physics. Not that I need proof or anything, but you might. Okay, so anyway, I was like reading and like really diving deep into this book, and I'm just like waking up to all of this truth about life and existence. And the one is that we are one, okay? Like we are universally one. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion. We are the manifestation of God in physical form. We are an individuation of God in physical form, okay? You, me, and every single thing that you see around you is God. Everything was made, and we'll just say God, but when I say God, I mean like the absolute, okay? The source, the one source, the beginning of all. Okay, this beginning of all created everything. It is a creator. And the reason that God individuated into physical form is so that it can experience itself, who it is, through us, through you and me, and through the world of duality, okay? Because in the absolute, God is just one, God is just love, it's just divine, it just is, right? But you can't feel and experience the isness of yourself, or the love that you are, or the divinity that you are, or the God that you are, if there's nothing else to compare it to. You just are. So if you just are light, there's no darkness. You just are light, you're not even light anymore, because there's nothing to compare yourself to. So God manifested the physical world, the universe, so that it can experience who it is, which is divinity. It's universal love, unconditional love, infinity, eternal beingness. So the whole purpose of our existence is so that we can experience who it is that we are by forgetting who we are, which is the world of illusion, separation, the world that we live in. We forget this divinity that we are through having darkness and hatred and anger and basically opposite of light, opposite of love, so that we can come back home to love and realize, oh, holy shit, we actually are love. We actually are divine. We actually are God. We actually are God manifested. And when you tap into this inner God power that you have, that's when you really start to realize that, holy motherfuck, like I'm actually the creator of my own reality. Oh shit, this is actually how the universe works. Okay, everything happens inside first. Everything is energy first. It's thought first. It's belief first. And then it gets manifested into physical outer reality. That's the process that the universe undertook to manifest itself into you and me and everything. That is the process of how we manifest our physical world as well. We are just an individuation of the one. Okay, you are that. I know that's like hard to believe, and I don't expect you to like believe that right now, but just like seeing life from that perspective, I think will be easier to understand like how we are creating our own reality. So the second epiphany that I had was that everything that you could ever want already exists in the infinite realm of possibilities. So everything that you can ever imagine in your mind and feel in your heart and soul that you desire, that you can envision, that you can visualize, already exists, because everything has already been created. And there's just many different possibilities of what we can have, of what life can be. And depending on how you behave and how you act, that's what you pull towards you. But everything's already been created. So the example that God gave in the book was that, imagine like a video game where you're playing a character and the video game's already programmed to know every single move that you're gonna make, so that it knows how to like respond to you. And so whatever you can think of as this character to do, you know, whatever route you're gonna take, the program already knows how to respond to that. So that's our universe. It's already been programmed, okay? It's already been created. Every single thing that you can envision and imagine, you can imagine because it already exists. It already exists, okay? This was like the biggest thing that allowed me to really tap into this manifestation energy and to believe that I can have my dreams that I want, as big as they are. Those were limiting beliefs that told me that I couldn't have them. And now I genuinely believe and know that I can have them because they already exist. They're right there. They're right there. And so when you look at your manifestations or anything, like you want to win the lotto, you want to have, you know, $100,000 a month income, like it can be as big as possible. And because you can envision it, you can have it. But like, do you really want it? You know, so like tap into yourself and see like, what is this that you really want? So anything that you can envision already exists. But on the other hand of that, like the other side is you can also be poor, right? So if you can imagine yourself being homeless and poor, that's also a version of reality that already exists. There's a version of yourself out there that is poor, that is heartbroken, that is this and this and this and this. But there's also a version of yourself that's rich and happy and wealthy and abundant and fulfilled and all of that. So which part of reality that already exists do you want to pull towards you so that you can experience that reality? What reality would you like to experience? Because you can have anything, you can have it all. And if you look at this from the perspective that you are God, essentially, right? The God lives within you. God is within you. It's not outside of you. There's no God outside of you. It's within you. You embody, you are God, okay? You are the essence. And everybody and everything is as well. So if you look at life from that perspective, then you know that you are the ultimate creator and that you can actually create this with this infinite force that you have within you. You can actually create, and it's not really create because it's already been created, but you're aligning with that energy. The third biggest like epiphany that I had is, okay, so like I had a spiritual awakening 10 years ago, right? So I felt the oneness with God. Like I felt the connection. I've lived my life very soul aligned in the last 10 years, and I've made a lot of changes in my life. So I manifested a lot of things, and I'm in touch with that energy. But I feel like there was something missing, and like something like opened up in my consciousness where I like got it. And there was still a part of me that I think like didn't understand how we were one. Like, I felt it, but I didn't get it intellectually. I didn't conceptually understand. I felt it, but I didn't get it. And I'm a Gemini, and I'm logical, and I need to understand it like more logically so that I can have an explanation, and not through science, because I'm not that smart. So like spiritually, it needs to resonate with me spiritually, and I need to have like a spiritual understanding of how the fuck this works. How are we one? What is that? So through obviously reading that book, I really understood. And if you're struggling with that understanding, I just recommend you read the book. Start with book 1. I skipped book 2, but I went to book 3, and it was just like super helpful. But anyway, what I realized is that the universe is not outside of me, and the universe is not over here like granting me my wishes and just waiting for me to perform and waiting for me to do a good job, and then it can give me what it is that I want. This is not a reward punishment system. Like, the universe doesn't give your manifestations are not rewards. It's not like, oh, you did a good job, I'm gonna give you this blessing now. Oh, you didn't do a good job, I'm gonna withhold a blessing from you. The universe gave us free will. Okay, so that is one of our divine powers. And that is a universal law, that God, the one consciousness, created, that we all have free will to create whatever life it is that we choose. The universe will not step in. And if you ever feel like the universe intervened, it's your soul that wanted that. Okay, it's like your soul manifested that, but it's like the universe will never step in. And if you don't believe that, then look at the world that we live in, right? Like, it's pretty shitty. And if the universe didn't give us free will, then it would have stepped in already and stopped all the bullshit, but it didn't. And that's because it wants us to experience ourselves. Like, it wants to, it's in us, right? So it wants to experience life through us and who it is through us. And it just gave us the free will choice to be whoever it is that we want to be. And the goal is to experience its own divinity, right? So the goal is enlightenment. The goal is to know that you are God, and to live life as if you are God. And so I think one of the most powerful things that you can do in this world to live as if you are this universal force is to understand and to tap into your infinite powers of manifestation and creating your own reality. Because whether or not you like it or you believe in it, you are creating your own reality. At every single moment of your life, everything is a reflection and a mirror of you. And that's where that whole concept comes from, is whatever state you embody is reflected in your external reality. So whatever state you take on, the universe has no choice but to conform to that state. Okay, this is just our creative powers. This is how it works. And the universe gave you the free will to create whatever reality you choose. So for a long time, I thought that the universe was withholding things from me, and it was not punishing me, because I'm not religious, and I never was, so I never really looked at it as like, oh, I'm being punished. But I was just like, oh, the universe is protecting me, it has a divine plan for me. Oh, it doesn't want this for me. I was like having such a kind of like a separate relationship with the universe, thinking like it's outside of me and it can like grant me my wishes, it can take away things, it's protecting, like it's in control of my life. Okay, so that's what I thought, is like, the universe is in control of my life. I'm not the one in control. And I just am waiting. I'm at the mercy of the universe, and whatever it decides is the best for me, And I'm not saying, like, it's really difficult to explain this from this language, because our language and like the way that we explain things is coming from like the world of the relative and duality. So it's like really hard to speak as if like from ultimate reality, like the oneness where there is no separation. So when I say I thought the universe was in control, but I'm in control, that seems like we're separate, right? But like essentially it's the same. Like, I gave power to this outside force that I thought was in charge of me, but I didn't realize that I was that outside force, and that actually lives inside of me. And when I say I can choose my own reality, I don't mean I, the ego me, the separate self me. I mean I, the God me, the God within me is the one that's choosing. So when I say I get to choose, it's really saying that God is choosing, but it's understanding that there is no outside of me. There is no God outside of me. It is inside of me, and every desire that I have, the universe has. Whatever you desire, it's because it's a desire from your soul. It's something that you can imagine that you can have, that the universe because it's one with you, it also wants. It's like really hard to explain this, but I'm trying. So let me go through my notes here. Okay, so I also had this idea that like the universe is going to grant me my wishes when the universe is ready. Okay, so we're and like, again, there is a such thing as divine order and divine timing and all of that, but I was like waiting on standby for the universe to become ready to grant me my wish instead of claiming my own powers and being like, I'm manifesting this. Okay, and with that, you still have to wait. Like, you're still on the universe's time, and it's going to figure out the best time to deliver your manifestation in the way that it would be the most harmonious for you in your life. So that's something that you have to trust and surrender to. But I was just like idly waiting for the universe to give me like my blessing. And I didn't even realize how shitty of energy I was in regarding my blessings and the things that I want. And I was just doing it all wrong. I was like mad at the universe that like, it's not giving me the things that I want. I'm a good person. I do good things and I should be blessed. And it's like, you're not going to get like a sticker because you did a good job. Like, there's a lot of bad people in the world who have a lot of money, and that's because it doesn't matter if you're a good or bad person. What matters is what you believe. Okay, so you don't get what you deserve, you get what you believe. Okay, so I just had to start believing in myself. I had to start believing in my dreams. I had to start believing that I can have them. And the things that I'm mentioning in this video are all of the paradigm shifts that I had that allowed me to truly understand that I can fucking have this. I can have my biggest dreams and desires. I can have the lifestyle that I want because it already exists. And all I have to do, so this is all you have to do, and it sounds so simple, like all you have to do, but like this is what you have to do. You have to envision how does this person feel, that dream that you want, how does this person feel, who is this person, you know, how does she talk, how does she act, how does she like function on a daily basis, and you have to be that now. You have to embody that energy now. You have to feel the energy of that person that already has everything that she wants. And that's how you align your energy with it, because this manifestation that, let's just say, is over here, what is the energy and the frequency of this manifestation? Your reality, when you are at this place in your life, what is your frequency? Well, guess what? You're over here in this frequency. You are not a vibrational match to this desire because your energy is here and it's shitty and it's negative and you're thinking negative thoughts all the time and you're doubting the process and you don't believe you can have this and you're replaying dramas in your mind, and instead of just focusing on gratitude and already focusing on the things that you have in your life that are great. So it's like a total perspective shift. So this person here has to align with this energy here. So how do you do that is you copy, okay? You copy. What would this person do? How does this person feel? Oh, this person's happy. This person feels proud of themselves. This person feels empowered, confident, radiant. This person feels fulfilled. This person feels free. How can I access those emotions and feelings today in my life now? And you start to look at your life today for how is it already great? There's got to be something. There's got to be something in your life where you're already able to connect to that feeling and emotion of that desired reality, okay? And you just start to look around and you notice the things that are beautiful. You notice the things that, lift you up. There's like beautiful things in your life. There's great people in your life. You have to be, grateful for the job that you have. I don't care if you hate your job. Do you make money from it? Is it still paying your bills? Okay, be grateful for that. At least be grateful that you have a job to pay your bills. So just practice gratitude, practice looking at life from a different perspective, seeing that everything is God manifested into physical form. That already should shift you into a more beautiful, high vibrational energy. Okay, be disciplined and consistent with like establishing a morning routine, thinking positive thoughts, listen to videos, uplifting videos, affirmations. Go to bed. Before you go to bed, like meditate, visualize your desired reality, feel the joy, feel the feelings of it. And little by little, you raise your vibration through these practices and you start to immediately manifest things into your life. You literally do. Like, I literally started this like officially. Okay, timeline. Okay, officially, like where I committed to a practice was 2 weeks ago. Okay, but I've been doing this like reading about this and learning and changing my energy over the last like maybe 2 months. And of course I've been like actively intentionally manifesting for the last like 7 years of my life, and I've been learning to surrender. So I have a lot of like like foundational stuff that I've already worked through, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it wasn't really working, okay? I mean, like, it worked. Okay, hold on. Let me back up. It worked in a lot of areas of my life, okay? I manifested some beautiful things in certain areas of my life. There were certain areas of my life where I just couldn't get it right, okay? And those are the areas that like really, really mattered to me. So I'm not gonna get into detail about what's what, but I was a very easy, like, great master manifester. My friends call me like the queen of surrender, the queen of manifesting, because I can fucking just manifest like that. But then with some things in my life, I just really struggled, and I had to tune in, like, why? Why is this area of my life such a struggle? And it's because I had a lot of blocks around that. So that's what I'm like talking about, like starting to intentionally manifest for, is like that certain area of my life that I had a lot of blocks around. So intentionally, I started doing that 2 weeks ago, okay, like doing the practice and all of the things, and I am fucking telling you, like, there's immediate shifts in my life. Like, there are immediate manifestations, and some of them are not directly related to this manifestation. They're just abundance flowing in. They're just like abundance in the form of love, people, friendship, opportunities, money, like just, you know, all from all over the place. Because when you shift into a more abundant energy, you don't just attract that specific thing that you want. You attract all the good things. You attract all of the abundance. And that's just what happens. That's just a natural byproduct. And I'm also living my life happier every day, okay? Because I'm intentional with it. I wake up in the morning and I intentionally choose to focus on the things that I love, on good, happy thoughts. You have to be super aware and conscious of this fucking thing that just goes haywire sometimes. And you have to really take control. You have to take control of your energy and your thoughts and consciously create. Consciously create yourself anew, okay, is what Conversations with God would say. Create who you want to be. Declare who you want to be. And become that, okay? Experience yourself as that. You want to be abundant? Be abundance, okay? Be abundant in your everyday dealings. Look at everything abundantly. Everything flows to me easily. You know, money flows to me easily. You can do affirmation. You can do so many things. Those are techniques. But it's about your identity. Who are you? What is your self-concept, okay? Are you the version of yourself that believes they can have their dreams and believes it's possible for them and believes that, you know, you are a successful person who has love and friends and business and money and travel in their life? Like, are you that person? Or do you believe yourself to be the person that never gets what they want and they always get abandoned and no one likes them and they're not lovable? What is your self-concept? You know, you have to really think about that and ditch this mindset. Like, fuck it. Like, that's not that. It's a belief. Everything already exists. The version of yourself that is amazing exists, and the version of yourself that gets rejected exists and doesn't belong exists. Like, both versions exist. Like, why not choose the reality that will actually create a beautiful life? I'm here to tell you that no matter what you think, you are creating your reality. Like, you're shaping your reality. So everything that you're experiencing in your life, however good or however bad, you are responsible for. You created that. So if it's a great life, be proud of yourself. And if you're not even intentionally manifesting, fuck yeah, like, you're just in good energy, okay? But if your life is a shit show and it's chaotic and you're depressed and things are not flowing, you also have to take responsibility for that and see that that is something that you created, okay? You somehow created that. But it's so empowering to know that you can change that reality by changing your own energy. And no matter what, you are creating everything that you attract. Everything that you attract, you attracted, okay? So let's just be intentional with it. Let's be mindful. Let's be more present. Let's be more grateful. And this isn't like bypassing certain things. This isn't like toxic positivity. This is just genuinely noticing whenever you're dwelling in darkness and it's done, it's over with, you don't need to be there anymore. Get yourself out of that. Get yourself into a better headspace. It doesn't mean you don't have hard days. It doesn't mean that you don't feel deep emotions, but there's an air of gratitude. There's an air of trust. There's an air of surrender and knowing that you're going to be okay. There's a knowing and a trust that everything is fine. Everything is going to be fine because you trust the unfolding of the universe. You trust, okay? So that's what I have for you. All of that just had to come out because I've just been learning so much and just like actively shifting my reality. I really hope to be sharing so many more things with you about this, because this is like next level shit that I'm just like seeing things like totally differently, you know, and I can't not see, and I can't not take responsibility for my life. And, you know, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, fuck that. Like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it today. I don't want to do my affirmations today. I don't want to think positively. I just want to dwell, you know? And on those days, I try to forget that this is a reality. And then I remember, I'm like, but you can't run. You can't run from the truth. This is still going to be your truth. So if you dwell in that shit, you're going to create some nasty shit, you know? Like, you're going to create some experiences that are a reflection of that. Like, the truth does not lie. You can't escape the truth. And that's the epiphany that I had, is like, this is a universal truth. This is a law of the universe. You can't escape the law. So if I say, fuck it, I don't believe in that today, it doesn't matter. You're still gonna create your reality based on the energy of that day. So it's like, it holds me accountable to stay on path and disciplined in staying, you know, in a good mindset, because I know now, for real, that this shit is real. Not that I didn't know before. I just think that I just, like, you know how you have those moments where it's just like the right timing and you're at the right place in your life where you're like ready to hear the same information you've heard for years, but you hear it in a different way and you start to see it in a different way and you like get it, but like get it in like the most profound way. Well, that's what happened with me. It's like I knew and I got it, and I used to be, you know, always manifesting things already, so I was obviously like tapped in, but I just didn't actually like get it in this way. And what I got was what I mentioned in this video. So I really hope that it helps you. Let me know if you gained anything from this video, if you gained value, insight. What are you going to do to change your energy? Anything extra that you have to share to help us to, you know, manifest and create our own reality. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video.